response to using fiber optic lighting in a grotto, how do you thread the fibers through the ceiling? Did it require installing some sort of screen material? Just trying to understand the process.
So when I did it, I installed the fiber optics before I capped the top of it with concrete. So how I normally build a grotto is I tie a rebar cage, a re-rod cage, and in that particular case, I put the cage in. Over the cage, I use metal lath. Over the metal lath, I use another rebar cage. So the bottom cage is basically just supporting it while the concrete's curing, and then of course, then you skin it on the inside to cover that rebar. But once I had the rebar cage in and the metal lath in, I threaded the fibers down so they're hanging down through the into the grotto wherever I wanted them to. Then we poured our concrete over the top. And now you go inside after the concrete's all set up, and we had all these fibers sticking down. And then I individually went off and cut off each one of them and trimmed them off so that we'd get kind of a twinkling lights thing happening there. I know people have talked about wanting to like drill through and put them in after. I don't know, maybe if you're pouring a concrete cap over the top of it, maybe you could do a thin enough layer first that would be easy to drill through, and then run the fiber in and then put another layer on. But to me, that seems like the structure is going to be weaker. I would, if it were me, I would figure out how to pre-install the fibers and then pour a thickened up cap over the top. Again, that's just how we've done it, and it's worked for us, and we've done some pretty big caves that way. But I would have to check and figure out how you're building it, because guys build grottos in a lot of different ways, and you don't want to damage the integrity of the ceiling itself in the process of trying to install fiber. But if you can put them in ahead of time and then cap it with concrete, that's going to be the best as far as I'm concerned.